Hey folks, let's try an outdoor spontaneous check-in here. I'm at my beautiful stream spot. I love this spot here. Check it out. Isn't that great? I've come here many times and had spiritual experiences reconnecting with nature. I just wanted to say a few words about what it really means to be in the Ascension times right now. What it means is that we're rising in consciousness and awareness of the landscape. Imagine that everybody is in their own bubble of energy, but they're down on the ground, they're down on the landscape. So everybody's just seeing each other and reacting to the landscape around them. As consciousness rises, what's happening is that we're effectively rising in our bubbles of energy, rising up to see more of the landscape, to realize that we're not bound to this physical world, but the physical world is absolutely beautiful and spiritual, especially when we bring our spiritual awareness into it. So as we rise, we realize that each of us has our own perspective on the entire creation, and that we bring that perspective with our personal energy into incarnated situations. That's why we feel so connected with the reality. It seems so real when we get down here. But when we rise in consciousness, we respect that everyone has their own perspective of the source. Everyone is the entire universe experiencing itself through their own unique position. So then there's this metaphor going on that the realities are splitting like two trains that started at the same station, but they're slowly diverging, and for a while you can jump back and forth between the two trains, but eventually they're going to separate so much that one train doesn't see the other. So what is that metaphor about? What that's talking about is the idea that each train is the energy of a perspective on creation. There are two basic perspectives. The negative is the one, I call it the blockage lifestyle. Basically, you think of the universe as being against you. You constantly have to focus on what's blocking you, what's stopping you from doing everything you want to be able to do, because, you know, the negative ego, it's insatiable and it's fickle. It's just whatever crosses its mind. I should be able to do that, and anybody that stops me is my enemy. The positive lifestyle, I call it the ideal lifestyle, that's the one where you can focus on what's right for you. And the universe is taking care of things around you. The universe is your friend. It fundamentally wants to help you to figure out what's right for you, and will give that to you. So the two trains are these two perspectives. For a while, you can jump back and forth, meaning that you don't literally jumping back and forth between trains, but you could be in a lot of negative energy, a lot of, really upset, thinking about what's blocking you in life. But you could have these moments of like, aha, nature is beautiful, like this spot I'm in right now. Nature is very restorative. Nature is about life system. It's going to connect you with just how generous and beautiful the universe is. So you can be deeply negative for a while, obsessing about all your problems and all your perceived enemies and thinking that there's no solution. But every once in a while, you will get these flashes, these insights of like, oh, life is good. And that can give you something to hold on to. That's being on the other train. Conversely, for a while, you can be in lots of positive energy. Keep building, yeah, absolutely do it. Keep building your sense of just how good the universe is, getting the so-called downloads. That's the effect of getting these insights, especially in the morning. You can get sort of your fresh perspective for the day. You can pursue your spirituality, your positive insights, and you will occasionally jump over to the other side and get like, oh, I don't know where they came from. I just have, these negative thoughts come up. And what you want to do is you want to connect it to personal memories, personal beliefs, the kind of lifestyle choices that weren't serving you, and you can clean those up. So for a while, you're going to see these two polarizing groups in the world. The people who are acting increasingly embattled, cynical, negative. They got to get rid of their enemies, and that's all they can think about. And for a while, yeah, you could reach out to them, and they might occasionally, the whole idea of planting a seed. Well, don't get too self-important about it. Sure, you can plant seeds of caring, of hope, but it's not your job to rescue other people. Just being yourself will naturally plant those seeds. You'll just be naturally drawn to sharing a positive perspective that someone will pick up on if they want. If they don't want, they won't. And so, adjust my lighting here. So this is the idea of the two trains separating, that more and more, if you're pursuing that positive path, good news is the negative moments, the negative moods, you're cleaning them up, you're doing your spiritual shadow work, you're wrestling your demons, you're darkening out of the soul, all of that stuff. The healing is paying off. This is real stuff. This isn't just, it's not just firefighting. You are actually changing your energy, which is how you experience the universe. It is the universe that you will connect with. So increasingly, the good news is, if you're on the positive side, you know, those darker moments, they're going to become more and more distant. You'll experience them less and less. They'll make less sense to you. On the other hand, if you're focused on trying to rescue the other side and you're convinced that there's only one reality and it's some kind of power battle of whose idea of reality is going to win out, well, you're going to be drawn to that negative side. And people who are on that negative side, it's going to freak you out. You're going to realize, like, man, this is a whole different level of negativity. This isn't just people who are stressed out thinking, like, how can I save the world? How can I change people's opinions? These are people who, like, really, they're gearing down to fight to the death. You got to appreciate, you got to respect. There are two different major worlds. There are two different worldviews, two different ways that consciousness can experience creation. And these are the two ways. And let them split, let them divide, let the universe bring to you the people you belong with, the opportunities, the inspirations, the downloads, and let the universe take away from you the people who don't make any sense to you, and you won't make any sense to them. So stop trying to save other people. Focus on being good to yourself and being good to those that the universe will bring to you to share your gifts with. That's what's going on in the world today. All right, so let me wrap up with my tree here, hugging my tree, beautiful loblolly pine. So yeah, life is a consciousness experience. What that means is the less you experience things, the more they will just fade away. They will go to a different reality. There is no solid reality out there. It's a patchwork of your connections, what is matching your choices, your beliefs. So you don't deny things, but don't worry. I mean, if you're worried, maybe I'm just in denial, life will bring reminders that you need to deal with something. But when you truly heal, the more you heal, you just won't experience, you won't think about, you won't understand certain things that you're done with. Let there be a lot of people in the world like that. Just, you know, their lifestyle is so different from yours. It's like they're from a different planet. Well, they are. Let them be from a different planet, and they will fade from your experience. They will fade from your visibility. You won't have to worry about them anymore. And they won't have to worry about you. They've been trying to get away from you. Let them.